Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we did an activity on lunar eclipse. So last month we witnessed super blue blood moon lunar eclipse. So my kid was asking so many questions about lunar eclipse. So here is the simple activity on lunar eclipse. So before getting into the topic, first I introduced my little one to some wonders about the sun, the earth and the moon. And we discussed how the earth and the moon really travels. So here is the song Solar System in Motion. Cute song which I found this on internet. So I'm gonna sing this song for you guys. So the song goes like this. The earth turns around, the earth turns around. Once a day, every day the earth turns around. The moon goes round the earth, the moon goes round the earth. Once a month, every month the moon goes round the earth goes round the sun, the earth goes round the sun. Once a year, every year the earth goes round the sun. So my little one enjoyed singing this song, and then I showed him the sun, the earth and the moon, which I made this for my little one using cardstock paper. And look here, the moon is smallest when compared to the sun, and the earth is bigger than the moon, and the sun is biggest. And my little one really loved singing this song and playing with this. So an eclipse takes place when one heavenly body such as moon or planet moves into the shadow of another heavenly body. So there are two types of eclipse on earth, an eclipse of the moon and an eclipse of the sun. So what is lunar eclipse? The moon moves in an orbit around earth, and at the same time earth orbits the sun. Sometimes earth moves between the sun and the moon. So this sunlight is what caused the moon to shine. So instead of light hitting the moon's surface, Earth's shadow falls on it. So this is an eclipse of the moon, a lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse can occur only when the moon is full. Or else you can say lunar eclipse happens when the earth blocks sun or all the sun direct light from reaching the moon. So this cosmic effect takes place only in the full moon. So when the earth passes directly between the sun and the moon, a lunar eclipse takes place. So why don't we have eclipse every month? Here is the another setup to tell them about the types of lunar eclipse. So the moon, this is the moon, earth and sun. So the moon orbits in totally few degrees in relation to the earth. So the earth, moon and the sun don't always align. So when the earth does eclipse the sun, it casts two types of shadows on the moon. So the largest shadow is penumbra. The smaller darker shadow is umbra. There are three types of lunar eclipse: total lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse and penumbral lunar eclipse. So a total lunar eclipse occurs when the moon and the sun are on exact opposite sides of earth. Although the moon is on earth's shadow, so some sunlight reaches the moon. So the sunlight passes through the earth's atmosphere, which cause earth's atmosphere to filter out most of the blue light. So this makes the moon appear red to people on earth. Or else you can say when the sun, moon and earth are in perfect alignment and the moon falls within the earth's umbra shadow. So what is partial lunar eclipse? So partial lunar eclipse happens only a part of the moon enters earth's shadow. In partial eclipse, earth's shadow appears very darker on the side of the moon falling earth. So what people see from earth during a partial lunar eclipse depends on how the sun, earth and the moon are lined up. Or else you can say the partial lunar eclipse occurs when the earth, moon and the sun don't perfectly align. So only part of the moon passes to the earth's umbra. So part of the moon passes to the earth's umbra. So the penumbral lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes through the penumbra shadow. The event is so subtle that most people don't even notice. The moon will appear slightly darker than normal. A lunar eclipse usually lasts for a few hours. At least 2 partial lunar eclipses happens every year, but total lunar eclipses are rare. So it is safe to look at the moon with naked eye during lunar eclipse. Here's another setup to tell him about the lunar eclipse. This is the simple DIY model which I have set up for my little one. So this is torch which represents sun, and this is the globe, sponge globe, which I got it from local shop. Then the smaller one represents the moon. So I have wrapped aluminum foil over it so that it reflects light falling on it in a better way. Moon reflects the light falling on it. To explain lunar eclipse, I have arranged aligned sun, earth, moon in a straight line. So using this model, I explain my little one what is lunar eclipse, what is partial lunar eclipse and what is penumbral lunar eclipse. Then I explain phases of the moon using this setup. Now by taking the moon round the earth, they will see how differently the moon shines or appear at different alignments because of the angle in which sunlight falling on it. Older children gets to experience and discover for themselves what caused us to see various moon phases from Earth and why the moon appears to be lit in the sky. To show the blood moon, I just placed red transparent cellophane tape, or you can call it gelatin paper, in front of the torch. So what is blood moon? Why the moon appears in red color? The Earth atmosphere scatters blue light. Red light passes through and falls onto the moon. The blood moon lasts for an hour. Then here we have this phases of the moon. So which I made this with cardstock paper, and then this one I painted it with white color. So these are the phases of moon. So this is again moon phases. This is the sun and this is the earth and moon, phases of the moon. And then here I have this card. This is full moon, so he has to see where is full moon and he has to match it. So it's a matching activity, waning gibbous. So this one goes here, and second quarter, where all this goes here. So simple matching activity to learn about moon phases. So here I have this phases of moon puzzle which I got it from Scale of 1. So it's a wooden puzzle, so he has to solve this. First come crescent moon, then quarter moon, then half moon, then full moon.